Another option we have for making decisions in a program, besides the if-else statement, is the switch statement. The switch statement's useful when the condition can be one of several choices that you know ahead of time. The choice the user makes must be an integer, a character, or a string. You can't use a double when you are doing a switch. An example of this is this small calculator. It asks the user to make a choice of what kind of math they want to do based on an integer, 1, 2, 3, or 4. It reads in the integer and then uses that to run the switch. The choice they make is put in the parentheses. It's the same one they entered above. And then whatever is in this choice is looked at as the case. So when they put in 1, 2, 3, or 4, it does addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It goes ahead and does the math and prints it out to the screen. And then it has a break line for each case. The break line is required because if you don't put it there, it will fall through to the next case. So for example, if they put in 1 for addition, it would do the addition, and then it would do the subtraction, and the multiplication, and the division, and then it would tell them the default statement, and then it would end. So by putting this break in here, we stop the program at the end of the case, so it jumps out and goes down to whatever is below the switch. The default is also part of the switch statement. It's not required, but it is highly recommended and it is required for this class. The default is the catch-all, kind of like the else statement. If the user puts in anything besides 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's going to hit this default, give them whatever your error line is, and then it's going to break. You do need the break down at the default as well, even though there's nothing to fall through to, the program still requires it. As I mentioned, you can also use a character and a switch. Now, as I mentioned, you can also use a character data type for your switch. A character is similar to a string in that it holds letters, but unlike a string, it only holds one letter, so it takes up less room in memory. It's only holding that one piece of data. Another difference is the character has to use single quotes instead of double quotes like a string. If you try to put double quotes on a character, it will throw an error. A third difference, when you are declaring a character, such as choice up here at the top, if you want to declare an empty character, you do have to put a space between those two single quotes. With the string, you could put just double quotes with nothing in them and it would be fine. This requires something in there, so you need a space. You do a character parse, just like with the int or the double. Since a character is not a string, you have to parse it into something. And then I've changed all of the numbers in the user's question and down here in the cases to letters, again with the single quotes around them. So this same program will run the same calculator, except now it's going to ask for a letter choice from the user. So we'll put in B, and 3 minus 2 equals 1. The program.